Let's set up a Google Classroom. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a Google Classroom and how to add students to it. So let's open up a new tab and let's head over to classroom.google.com. And at your classroom site, your Google Classroom site, if you have any classrooms, you'll see the tiles here on this main page here, as well as through the pancake stack. You'll also see the classes that you are teaching are listed here, as well as any classes you might be enrolled in will show up as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a classroom from scratch. We're going to hit the plus sign. We can either join a class or we can create a class. If you're joining a class, you then input the code that the teacher will give you, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But we want to create a class. So we're going to give our class a name. I'm going to call it Philip Test Class. And I'm not going to assign a section or a subject. You can leave these blank. You can make changes to these if you want, but for the most part, you won't need to, but you will need a class name. So we will create it. Sometimes it takes a second or two for the class to get created. Once it's created, you are shown your Philip Test Class site and whatever it is, and you can see here I have a background that was given to me. If you don't like that background, then we can head over to select theme, and you can choose a different theme if you want, or you can go with patterns. So either or is up to you, and you'll see how changing that class theme will also change the colors associated with your Google Classroom. This is the main page of your Google Classroom. This is your Stream tab. This is where you will add any announcements, assignments, questions, or if you already have a Google Classroom and you want to reuse some of the posts that you've posted into that Google Classroom, you would choose this Reuse Post feature here. It's a breakdown of the student's stream, any work that needs to be done, any topics that you've got listed for announcements or posts that you've got, and if you want to show any deleted items that you've been working on and decided to delete, this will all show up here. Your middle tab is your Students tab. This is where you'll see a list of all of your students, and you'll have some actions there as well. So you can mute students, you can email students, you can remove students from this page. If you want to invite students, there's two ways to do so. You can invite them by typing in their name or their email address, or the easiest way is by giving students this class code, and this class code will be used on their device. They'll type that class code in, and then automatically they'll be added to your Google Classroom. A really neat feature that Google Classroom has is we can display this class code much larger, so that you can display this on your smartboard, and then the students, they can just type that out. If this class code is causing some issues because L's look like I's or like ones, you can reset that class code as many times as you want, and it'll constantly give you a different class code. There's also an option to disable your class code. So once you've gotten everybody enrolled, if you want to disable it so nobody else can join, you can then go into the Student tab, Class Code, and disable your class code so that no one can join any longer. Just going to enable that back up again. Then below class code, you've got an option of students being able to post and comment on anything that they see in the stream, or they can only comment, or you can turn off post and comment for students so that only you can post and comment in your stream. The next tab over is your About tab. This is just telling the students what your class is going to be about. You can add class material down here, which will be through these options here. You can upload using files from your computer, or you can go into your recent or My Drive areas and you can upload documents from there. You also have the Google Class Drive folder, classroom calendar as well, that's there. And the last option, if you are co-teaching or team teaching with another teacher, you can invite other teachers, up to 20 in total, to be a part of your Google Classroom, and they will have the same classroom rights that you would have. So they can post, they can comment, they can make changes, they can do whatever they want by being invited into the classroom this way. If a teacher, through the students pane, if the teachers join by using your class code, then they would become students, and then they would have the same rights and privileges that the students have. So if you're team teaching, you probably want to add them by inviting them through the About section where it says Invite Teachers. That's a quick rundown introduction to Google Classroom. Stay tuned for some more videos.